Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Kingz and Konversation.
Say your
What?
Say your name. Say your name.
We was excited. Go ahead.
Wait a minute.
It's a dance.
Let's do that again.
Okay, let's do it again.
All right, go ahead.
You clapped. You clapped.
Who we waiting on?
You.
Oh, okay. Let's. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kingz and Konversation. So excited that you have an opportunity to join with us again as we three kings host a conversation about what we deem is important, what we believe is relevant, and what we would like to talk about. You may not agree with our topics, you may not agree with our standpoint, but all we ask is that you be respectful. All right? So we're super excited today because we get to talk about some hot topics that are still in the news. And although we had 1 week off, we're back and we're better than ever. Mocha, you look cute.
I do what I can.
Okay.
We didn't even announce it. We didn't say our names.
Oh, I'm Mike.
He's Mike. He's Mocha. I'm in the middle.
But you know what? I think by now people kind of know.
They know.
Like,
but what about the first time?
Well, yeah,
we got some versions.
I'm Mike.
I'm Mike.
I'm Mocha.
I'm Enrique.
Right. And you look cute too, Enrique.
I don't want to be cute. That's what that lady said I put on Facebook. Boys ain't supposed to be cute or pretty.
It's better than being ugly.
Well, I'm about to say, well, then you have effed that up because you're a pretty man. So what do you do? Okay. So as everybody knows in the media that our girl, Megan Thee Stallion, has been shot and injured.
In her pinky toe.
Well, actually, in both her feet.
Both of her feet. She did say that.
They didn't want her to walk.
Shoot at her pinky toe.
Okay. So now let's have a real conversation concerning this. We don't know all of the details because we know that there is an investigation going on. Only thing that we do know is that Megan was at Kylie Jenner's house. Mm-hmm. And I like Kylie, but I'm saying it the way I'm saying it for a reason. And then because of the climate of the country that we're living in right now. And then two, Tory Lanez was there, who I'm a big fan of Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
And from what we understand, Megan was in the car with Tory. Is that correct?
That's what allegedly.
And the next thing we know, shots are fired, something happens, the police comes up, and we see Megan getting out of the car, walking backwards, limping. Are we
We're there.
Pretty much on the same page? Yeah. Okay, so one of the things I like to do, because I've been the subject of many type of public conversations, I never ever believe what I see. And I never, ever believe what has been told to me by one side. So I would love to get you all's opinion on what you think happened or how you think it got to this particular place.
Well, yesterday she released a new statement on Instagram saying that there's a lot of speculation and fake stories, and she wants people to stop creating their own narrative. However, you know how I feel about that. If you don't want someone to create the narrative, you step in and you take control.
Exactly.
So she did say that she was shot in both of her feet, and it did not injure any tendons or any bones or anything.
Right.
But she's not telling who did it. And they said that the police department is not releasing who did it, but he was arrested under suspicion because the neighbor said the car that was, he was driving that car.
Okay.
And he had a concealed weapon.
Right.
When they arrested him.
Was he allowed to have this weapon? That's what I was wondering. I did not ever find out if this was okay.
Obviously so, because they didn't say they arrested him for having a concealed weapon. They just said that he had a concealed weapon.
Okay. Well, the one thing I love about Megan doesn't really seem like a snitch.
Yes,
you know what I mean? She doesn't seem like a snitch. She seems like the type of person that if something happens, they just know how to handle it. But how did you feel, Mocha?
I'm still trying to understand where if that's not what happened, where did the story come from? And I just kind of feel like she's trying to, not say much because she don't want to put other people out there to look a certain way. She's trying to protect everyone because everyone is in the industry. Okay. So she's just trying to, do whatever she can to make sure that everybody is protected without all of the, the stories and the speculations going around. However, if it was said, then it may not be all the way true because there's the truth,
right,
and then there's what people say, and then there's what really happened,
right.
But at the same time, they're saying that she got into it with Kylie,
right?
And that she jumped on Tory, and he shot when they were in the car going at it back and forth arguing.
Right.
That's what he shot her in the foot.
Right.
I don't know if that's what really happened, but that's what's being said. So something happened.
Something had to happen.
But how do you get shot? No, feet. You can say both. She got shot in both.
Feet.
How do you get shot in both of your feet sitting in a car?
Exactly. And then, you know what? Y'all know I grew up, we all grew up Pentecostal, and I grew up in a very type of environment where loyalty and protecting, certain people from certain type of scandals and issues is a normal thing. But I will say this. When it comes down to your life and when it comes down to your safety, sometimes you just got to be honest about what is going on, and you have to deal with things for what they really are. And if her and Tory were in a conversation and it got that heated, one of the things I did not particularly care for was when she said, she didn't do anything. Like that, every time somebody says that,
because you had to have some type of accountability in the situation.
You did something.
You had to do something.
It could have been just a word, a trigger word.
And then let's say she didn't do anything, and Tory was the type of person to just jump off and you're just sitting there, he just shoots you. Like, that doesn't even make sense. So something had to happen. And although I do believe in sticking up for women, and although I do believe in, making sure that we have our ladies back, I think at the same time, people have to learn to take responsibility for the shit they do. It's just like we were talking about earlier, even when we go back to the Rihanna and Chris Brown situation, she never done anything. She just got her ass beat. That just did not happen. I'm the type of individual, do I think that Chris Brown was still hella wrong? Yes, I do.
But what did she do to provoke it?
Exactly.
And what did she do over
the whole story.
Even if you hadn't provoked it at that time, it was a period.
But with women, they feel like as long as they haven't physically done anything or physically hit him or that they didn't do anything, or I was just talking, or I may have said something, but that wasn't no reason to hit me. But when you're dealing with a man, and when you're in a heated conversation and tensions are high and emotions are high, you can say so many things that can provoke you getting your ass.
Because there's only so much of this
poking.
I'm gonna take.
And let me say this, because I have been hella guilty and I don't hide nothing about my life. I am an open book. I am the type of individual that you don't have to put your hands on me. Sometimes the way that you come at me, the way you get in my face, because for some people, prodding is not the same as hitting. But to me, you cussing me out is just as bad as you smacking me in my face. You cussing and spitting, and that is just as bad as you punching me or hitting me, although I realize everybody doesn't believe that. I'm just saying that I think that when these situations happen, we have to have accountability across the board. Period.
Life is cause and effect.
Period.
And as we said when we went through the Black Lives Matter movement.
Right.
The way you come at me is not the way I got to react to you.
Right.
So if you're speaking that way to me, and you now I'm gonna hit you.
Exactly.
And kick you and shoot you in the foot.
And so what I've learned to do, because I'm a father and I'm a grandfather, and I take care of my children. When I'm in situations to where I know I'm being provoked, the only thing that I can do is leave and cut that person out of my life. I can't allow myself to be in that predicament or in that place anymore. I can't do that. I have to
wonder if Tory was the one that did it. Is this his first time popping off? Because
no, if he did it,
because apparently this is something that she knew he has a problem. She knows that he has an attitude problem. She knows that he is violent. So why are you still there? Why did it have to get that far?
Well, you as I've told y'all, you can't tell people what they're gonna do when it comes to love.
Exactly.
And you can't say I wouldn't do if that was me, unless you're in that situation.
And she did say that she's been trying to fill the void of not having her parents. Her mom recently passed. Her dad is gone. So she's been, working on trying to just find that love in her life. But nothing that she done, whether she was in his face, whether whatever, deserved her getting shot. I just want to say that we have to also just be balanced with stories like this, because it's so easy to jump to all of the celebrity side that we love the most, or who seems like the victim. And I'm not saying that she's not a victim. What I'm saying is that I just need full disclosure and full accountability from everybody. It doesn't mean that people should not be, shouldn't get in trouble for what they've done.
Right.
But it also means that we still need to know the story in its totality so that we will be able to understand what fully happened. But to throw somebody under the bus, which she hasn't done because she hasn't mentioned any names, I will say I appreciate that.
So since we're speaking of accountability,
right,
let's move to August Alsina's song that he has now released called Entanglement.
I got 2 words.
For
Go
me,
ahead.
I feel that he's reaching and
Down.
that he's just trying to capitalize on a situation because he put himself out there and he hasn't had any hits since he had any hits.
Right.
And
well, I mean, you can't really blame him. I mean, Entanglement hit the media and it hit the world like a bomb.
Right.
So now he's trying to, like you said, make up for what he did and trying to capitalize to get the money. I don't blame
make up
him.
for what he did as far as putting it out there.
As far as putting it out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, that's what I would have done. I would have been like, well, shit, let me at least see if I can try to make a coin or two. Out of that. You got, hey, this is business. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
At the end of the day, Jada said they were in an entanglement.
She did use the
and
word.
they were in an entanglement.
She did use it.
So why can't he take that word? They were both in it.
Okay.
So why can't he use that word to try to at least capitalize and make some money off of it?
Okay. In the words of one of my favorite celebrities, Miss Nene Leakes, you can never win being dirty.
That was
and let me say this.
But how was he being dirty?
Let me say this. When he brought the story out, first of all, he knew better than to bring that story out. Y'all know I work as a counselor. Come on now, let's be a little bit real with this.
We don't know what happened between Jada and August.
But why would you bring up a story 4 years later,
what provoked it?
Provoked him to bring it up.
The fact that he was coming out with a new album.
Okay, that's
because
fair.
Let me say this: when you really want to be healed,
him and that girl was screwing.
Okay.
So why does he not have a right to say what happened?
Let me tell you something. There's a whole lot of people who I've had sex with too. And there are things that have gone down and situations that have gone down, but I will not capitalize on my situation. And this is my opinion.
So
I honestly feel that it's not going to go the way he wants it to go because of what you're saying. Because if he had taken the high road, he would have gained more respect. And probably gain more momentum.
But why is he wrong?
I didn't say he was wrong.
I didn't say he was wrong. What I'm saying is that the motive from which he produced that song was dead ass wrong. First of all, you already put this woman and her husband
and their children
out on Front Street.
Yes, she did it when she opened them legs.
I don't agree with that.
She knew what was going to happen and the risk that she was taking when she laid down with them.
I don't agree with that.
Y'all can't put it all on August.
I'm not putting it all on August.
2 people to screw. Don't it?
Why they got
No, actually it could be 2 or more.
Okay, don't it take 2 people to decide that they want to screw?
2 or more.
Jada knew that she had a husband when she did it.
But they were separated.
Walk with me. Mm-hmm. She knew she had a husband when she did it.
Okay.
She still decided to sleep with him. So when she made that decision to sleep with him, baby, you accepted everything that come with that.
And so did he.
You accepted everything. So why? What I'm not understanding from y'all is why is he wrong?
Nobody said he was wrong.
Off the song. Y'all said he wrong.
No, I never said he was wrong. I said he should have taken the high road.
I said you will never win being dirty. At the end of the day, this was a sensitive matter. And then when he did that interview, he was heartbroken. He was hurt and he was feeling low and it was hard for him, right? So the way he handled it, he made it a public spectacle. And then Jada and Will came back and handled their shit correctly.
They did.
So that should have been the end of it.
Yes.
But then when you come out and be like, oh, so now we're going to talk about the word entanglement because that word was trending. What he thought was he was going to be able to build a capital off of that word. That was wrong. You already shared this woman's body. You have already exposed their marriage. You have already expressed your heart. When people want real healing, they go to therapy in private and they deal with what they've done as well as what has happened to them. And at the end of the day, to exploit the Smiths after they have already publicly admitted what they've done, although I would have loved for Jada, and I'll say it again, to go into full detail about the situation.
Period.
At the end of the day, that to me, that was a dirty move.
It was wrong, but at the end of the day, she knew that she was taking a risk, and she took it.
See, that's why you got to be careful.
You got to be grown, and you make your bed. You got to lay.
I'm telling y'all, my hoeing days is about over.
She knew what she was getting herself into when she did it.
Ugh.
I can't stand it when people do that.
I'm with you on that though.
She knew she was taking a risk when she did it. This a little boy. She didn't went and slept with, and she knew he had a drug problem, and she was helping him heal through the drug situation, and you still went and laid with him.
You're right about that part.
Not about that part.
No, I'm serious. But like because we have to be honest about the situation. But then to make a song, to think that it's going to gain all this attention.
I feel you there.
That was just not a good move.
I feel that. Okay.
I honestly think that having the mental issues that he had, again, had he taken the high road to show the maturity that he had gained, it would have given him a more status in the art form, because now you have the situation with you and Keke Palmer, you and Jada, and you're going back and forth, and so it's like, okay, now which one I capitalize on? Because then Keke said something, he may have made a song about her too, just to capitalize.
Right.
Now the thing is, we have to understand, but we have to ask ourselves, is he completely healed? I don't think
so either. Not to make a song.
That's what the
not to
problem
make a
is.
song.
That's what
because when you're healed, you move on.
Right.
But let me say this: I feel bad for him because yes, people are gonna know. Oh, he can put it down. Okay, that's cool.
But he's gonna be sexualized.
Exactly. Exactly. Who's ever going to really trust him in a relationship again? Right. No one. Because as soon as he gets hurt again, and I'm not downplaying his hurt because I've been hurt before too.
They're going to be scared that he's going to do the same thing.
People are going to believe that he's going to do the same thing. Okay, child, what's the next one?
So that leads us into our love and relationships topic, because you guys asked us to discuss more love and relationships. And so I wanted to talk about the side chick, being the side man, being the side chick. Is it okay to out them? Or should you just shut your damn mouth, take the perks of what you're getting, and move on? Because as you said, you know what you're getting yourself into. So if you are in a situation where you are the side piece, do you think that you should shut up, or you think you should step up?
I think you should need to know your place. You need to know your role. You need to know your lane.
Yeah.
Because especially if the person you're dealing with was honest enough to let you know that you're the side,
right?
Then you need to know your lane, and you need to stay in your lane. Now, I'm thinking that a lot of times the reason why, people who are side men or side women, the reason why they out the other person is because they didn't know. And they found out later on. I've seen so many situations on, live videos and on Facebook rants or whatever, where the girl found out, you know what I'm saying, that he had someone else. Or the girl found out that he was married. Or the girl found out that he had a baby mama with a child on the way.
He was still with.
And that he was still with. And then she... and so she outed him or,
Or blew up his car.
Right. Blew up his car.
Can
we talk about that?
God don't need no matches.
He's fired.
Baby. She put gasoline in that car.
And like we said, ugly makes ugly. That's why it blew up in your face.
But let me say this. But let me say this though. Let me say this. I agree with you. If you know that you're the side piece, stay in your lane. Because you made the choice to be the side piece. And let me be clear for all of my fellow hoes out there. All of us hoes. If you think that if you have sex with someone and that's going to make them leave the person that they're with, baby, you are sadly mistaken.
They're not leaving.
He is never going nowhere. She's never going anywhere. And I'm telling you, you're going to be heartbroken in the end. So
you're a human deal, though.
Period.
Human deal.
Listen. So let me tell y'all.
I mean, it is what
so
it
let me
is.
tell y'all. So I've been trying to stop using the word hoe. I have not been successful at that.
Not at all.
But someone amazing gave me a new term called toy. Like, they're not your hoe, they're your toy. I like that word. I love the word
because
toy.
you put them on the shelf and you pick them up when you need them.
Exactly. So you're right. You're nothing but a human dildo.
Right.
You're a human sex object.
Right.
And you have to be okay with that status, or don't be the side piece.
Period.
But to blast somebody out, and then let me say this: some people blast folks out because they get mad because they don't get what they want. Think about the Eddie Long situation, where everybody in the world know he was married to Vanessa.
As long as they would get what they want, nobody saying nothing.
But the moment that everything shifted, then all of a sudden everything changed. So Yeah, if you go,
well, I'm
I'm
gonna tell y'all a story, something that nobody knows, but my close
you was
friends.
the side piece.
I was the side piece.
Come through
for about 6 months, years ago, like in my early 20s.
Boy, we talking about last year.
No, hold on, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Right,
yeah,
right.
You know,
no, I'm just joking.
Yeah,
I'm just joking. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Make sure you tell my husband that you are just joking.
I'm just joking.
Because you know how that goes. But no, this was in my 20s, and I dealt with it knowing that, I was the side piece. It was like, okay, it's cool.
Right.
But when you get to a point to where you're in a whole other state, and you and your lover are in another state from you, and you're calling me on Friday night, what are you doing? I'm going, oh no, you need to stay at home.
Trying to run you, tell you what
right.
you can and can't
So they were trying to run
you from a whole nother state.
While they were out on dates, I'm supposed to sit in the house because I'm the other piece. So you think because you're taking care of me, you're giving me money, or you're doing this, needless to say, it ended.
Good.
We're still very good friends.
Good.
But
let me say this. I have no problem if I decided to be in that situation. I have no problem being the side piece. I don't want to be in your business. Don't call me until we're ready to smash. I don't have no issues with anything you got going on in your life. I'm going to make sure my life is good and move on. But if you can't have that type of attitude and that type of mentality when it comes to these grown folks' sexual matters, and then let's not even get into the topic of STIs and safe sex and what is safe for you. We can talk about that at another time. But unless you're willing to have those type of conversations, then the last thing you need to be thinking about is being a side piece. And if you can't find your own man, go get a dildo, go get a fake booty, go do something and please yourself.
No, oh Jesus. So you need to pull up the because it's not coming up on mine, so we can do our lunch on us recipient.
Hey,
yeah, mine's not refreshing for some reason. Oh, there it is.
Duh.
It still ain't coming
Is yours up?
No, it's still not coming up.
Well, here at Kingz in Conversation, we do something amazing called Lunch on Us. And we love to get an opportunity to be able to bless some of our Instagram followers with lunch for a day. So we are super excited about that. We're actually going to pick a person, but my internet is not working for some reason at the same time either.
No.
Wow. So why don't we just pick a person and then just announce it on the Instagram?
We got to get to the names first.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but we can't do it right now.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah, y'all, it'll just be on Instagram under the post. And we are so sorry, but you're going to get some food.
Exactly. And make sure that you make a 15-second video letting us know that you got the money.
No one has done that yet from the 3 recipients that we have. None of y'all did it. But I know y'all hungry.
So
how about...
I can see you're hungry for
How about we don't cash app until the 15-second video go up?
That's what I said to do.
You want that lunch, go and make that video.
No, we ain't going to do that. No, we'll send you the money. But what we do ask is that you send us a 15-second video letting us know that you got the money and letting us know what you decided to have for lunch. We appreciate you all following us today, watching this video. We hope that we said stuff that'll make you think. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you comment. Make sure that you like. And make sure that you share this video. Did I get off? Y'all are crazy. All right, make sure that you do all of the things we just said. Make sure you follow us on all social media. This was a really good conversation.
I enjoyed that.
That's why it's called Kingz in Conversation. We don't have to agree. You see how they was going at it?
No,
but we still did it.
All right, bye everybody.
See you later.